feed these gamers again. Gamers. Yeah, you and your video games. Gamers. Right. What's up, people? Another beautiful day. Yeah. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. What? All right. I got another Activision court case for you guys, right? What's up, Tweak Town? We at it again. Listen to this. FTC appealed Judge Corley decision in Microsoft Activision merger case. And it says here, update. The Federal Trade Commission has filed a notice to appeal Judge Corley's decision to deny the commission preliminary injunction request. Says here, shortly after publication, FTC lawyer James Garten has filed a notice to appeal Judge Corley's decision in the Microsoft Activision merger case. And then it says here, notice is hereby given that Plaintiff Federal Trade Commission appealed to United States Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit from this court. Opinions date July 10th, 2023, and entered on the court docket on July 11th, 2023, at the ECF docket number 305, denying the FTC request for a preliminary injunction pursuant to Federal Trade Commission Act 1315.US 53B. All right, dated July 12th, 2023. All right, now says here, the race is on as the FTC weighs decision on whether or not to file an appeal that could thwart the Microsoft Activision merger from closing, source tell Bloomberg. It says here, yesterday, the FTC lost its case against Microsoft Activision merger. A federal judge denied the FTC request for a specific order that could prevent the $68.7 billion merger from closing until the commission had completed its Phase 3 internal administrating hearing. This tactic has been described as the FTC effectively running out the clock. The Federal Trade Commission has granted a temporary restraining order prohibiting Microsoft and Activision from merger during the preliminary injunction case, and the injunction request was filed close to the merger termination date of July 18th. Now the FTC can appeal Judge Corley's decision in the hope of attaining a specific court order called a stay pending appeal, which would suspend the effect of Judge Corley's decision, potentially extending the restraining order past July 18th termination date. If Microsoft does not merge with Activision by July 18th, then the tech giant will pay the game publisher a $3 billion termination fee. And then it says here, this may be a risky move and there's no guarantee it will pay off. Experts say that it is unlikely that the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals will deliver a decision before the current temporary restraining order expires on Friday. It's extremely unlikely that the FTC could persuade the Court of Appeals to enjoin the merger before July 18th. Stanford law professor Doug Meelam told Bloomberg. It says here, according to Foss Patents, Florian Mueller, the FTC burdens to grant a successful appeal is a heavy one. The commission would need to show proof of multiple issues with Judge Corley's decision. Yeah, after she just came up with the eight, were there eight decision? Why? Oh, why? Come on now. It says here, and Microsoft would also have the opportunity to challenge the appeal. If the FTC does appeal to the Ninth Circuit Appeals Court, then it will likely seek an emergency order to extend the throw that currently prohibiting the two companies from closing the deal. So let me get this straight. The commission would need to show proof of multiple issues with Judge Corley's decision. After she just gave 8 reasons why. Well, the judge's decision is always is final on this. That's why they're called judges. And they tested your and she tested you in court. She even asked you, okay, what other games beside Call of Duty and your was an economist couldn't even don't even know about Tony Hawk, uh, Diablo, StarCraft, World of Warcraft, and Candy Crush? You are the FTC already lost this case from the very beginning. You tried to make this about a high performance console market. You already lost that. Then you try to remove Nintendo from the equation. And Nintendo is a part of the game industry. Then you're saying that Call of Duty can't run. You're talking about Call of Duty can't fit on the Switch. So if that's but with that now you're wrong, because now you're gonna have to explain how did Call of Duty got on the 3DS. You gotta explain that. So right now the FTC right now is what's they say, the oxygen is about to run out. The judge gave 8 reasons why. 8 reasons. Let me see if I can pull this article up. See if I can find it. Let's see here. Where is it? If I can find this. Let's see. Good thing computers keep a history of everything you do. So see if I can find this. Okay, Microsoft. Okay. Where is it? Okay, let's see. Okay, go down. Let me pull this article up real quick so I can find it. Let's see here. Where is it? 8 reasons why. Okay. Judge believe deal may be bad. Okay. Let's see, where is it? I gotta find this. Where is it? Come on, wherever you are. It's here somewhere. But she gave oh, here we go. Let me pull this up real quick. Says federal judge identifies 8 reasons why Microsoft has no incentive to withhold Call of Duty. And here are the 8 reasons, and they're solid too, and they're solid, very solid. Here are the 8 reasons. 1. Microsoft made closed door commitment with Sony, Nintendo, and Valve. Remember, Valve is a spectator in all of this too. Remember, reason 2, the Activision acquisition deal plan valuation model relies heavily on Call of Duty remaining on PlayStation. Reason 3, mobile gaming was a big part of Microsoft buyout plan. Okay. Then it says in all black, Microsoft's keen interest in Activision mobile content suggests that the combined firm is not incentivized to withhold Call of Duty merely to aid the shrinking console market. Reason 4, Microsoft management testifies under oath that there are no plans to make Call of Duty exclusive. That means they would have never given out those 10-year contracts, right? Okay. Reason 5, no Microsoft documents saying that Call of Duty will become Xbox exclusive. Okay. Reason 6, Call of Duty needs to remain multi-platform in order to continue delivering successful revenue. That is true. That means all the platforms like Valve, and Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, Then it says reason 7, Microsoft would suffer reputational harm removing Call of Duty from PlayStation, meaning that if Microsoft never gave out the 10-year contracts and then removed Call of Duty from PlayStation, then they won't be able to make the revenue that they're trying to make. Okay? Alright. And here's the dagger that really hit the FTC hard. But before that, it says, why would Microsoft risk that brand reputational harm, especially since the video game market is shrinking, not growing? It is not the future of video games. And then reason 8, here's the dagger that really hurt the FTC. The FTC cannot identify a time when a big game like Call of Duty has been made exclusive in a similar way. And then it says here in all black, the FTC has not identified any instance in which an established multiplayer, multi-platform game with cross-play that is a game that shares Call of Duty characteristics has been withdrawn from millions of gamers and made exclusive. Yeah, they didn't do their homework. Okay? The judge gave you 8 reasons. And once a judge make a decision in the Ninth District Court of Appeals, then it goes up to the next court. Okay? So, yeah. The Federal Trade Commission didn't do their homework on this. Okay? Now, let's see. Final Fantasy was on a Nintendo platform, on the Super Nintendo. But then Nintendo lost Square Enix to PlayStation, and then during the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 era, Square Enix was making a lot of Final Fantasies for PlayStation, but not Square Enix, SquareSoft, but SquareSoft made Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles for the GameCube. Microsoft had just came into the video game industry, and Final Fantasy never came to the original Xbox, right? And then Final Fantasy didn't start appearing on Xbox until the Xbox 360 with 13.1, 13.2, 14, and online, right? But Final Fantasy 7, the game that specifically put PlayStation on the map, it wasn't on the 360. Then when it came to the Xbox One, Final Fantasy, I think 12. What's that? Type 0. 10.1, 10.2. I think 7. 8. I think 9. 14. There's online. And then the one, I think that was 15. Those are all on the Xbox. But 7, the remake, was specifically on PC, but not on Xbox. But even though Square Enix, Square merged with Enix, and now they're Square Enix, they put Final Fantasy 7, the remake, on PlayStation and PC, but they still gave the Xbox One some Final Fantasies, right? So when the judge said the FTC has not identified any instance in which an established multiplayer multi-platform game with cross-play, that is a game that shares Call of Duty characteristic, has been withdrawn. Even though Square, what it says, withdrawn from millions of gamers and made exclusive. Even though Square and Sony are good partners in crime, I call it. they still gave Xbox some Final Fantasy. It's just 7. 7 is Sony crown jewel, 7 is what put PlayStation on the map, and Sony's trying to protect that. But like on Xbox One right now, they got I think Crisis Core. That was the last. I think Crisis Core on the Xbox. So Square Enix always put Final Fantasies on different platforms, and then on the Nintendo Switch, I think they got 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 10, 2. I think they got 12 or so, somewhere around there, right? So they got some Final Fantasies, and then on the Steam Deck, you can play Final Fantasies like you can play Final Fantasy 7 the remake, because the Steam Deck is a portable PC. You can play 10.1, 10.2. You can play Octopath Traveler, all that, right? So Square as always, even though Final Fantasy 7 is PlayStation's crown jewel that put them on the map, and they are protecting that game at all costs. Square now, who merged with Enix, always made sure Nintendo and Xbox, and of course PC, get their Final Fantasies. Now, when it comes to Spider-Man, now, when Activision had the publishing rights, Spider-Man was on what? Nintendo. Spider-Man was on what? Xbox. Spider-Man was on even on PlayStation. But then but during the Xbox One and PS4 days now, we got to find out that Sony owns the right to Spider-Man. So Spider-Man now, Spider-Man is a Sony property, and I think they worked something out with Marvel. So if the FTC can't explain that, like how I just did it on a video camera, and notice I'm not even in court. Well, you could say I am in court in some kind of way. That shows you that they weren't prepared for this, or maybe they don't know the video game industry like they claim they do. Okay, so the judge gave them 8 reasons why. It's gonna be hard to get past those 8, especially look what they say. Look what the judge said. Reason 8: FTC cannot identify a time when a big game like Call of Duty has been made exclusive in a similar way. If I did better than the FTC, I just explained the whole Final Fantasy situation and the Spider-Man situation. I did better than they do. Maybe I should have been a lawyer. But anyway, reason 7: Microsoft will suffer reputational harm removing Call of Duty from PlayStation. Right? And then reason 6: Call of Duty needs to remain multi-platform in order to continue delivering successful revenues. What that means is that if Microsoft kept Call of Duty to themselves and they never gave out those contracts, and they removed Call of Duty from PlayStation, it will hurt them bad. Okay, and Activision, it will hurt them bad. All right, now reason 5: no Microsoft documents saying that Call of Duty will become Xbox exclusive. That means the FTC, the CMA, they were lying about this whole situation, right? Reason 4: Microsoft management testified under oath that there are no plans to make Call of Duty exclusive. And then reason 3: mobile gaming was a big part of Microsoft buyout plan. Okay, because they want to compete with the likes of Apple and I think Google in the mobile market. Okay, reason 2: the Activision acquisition deal plan valuation model relies heavily on Call of Duty remaining on PlayStation. Yeah, so they can make their revenue. That's why they gave out their 10-year contracts, so everybody can benefit. Duh. But anyway, and then reason 1: Microsoft made closed-door commitment with Sony, Nintendo, and Valve. And even though Valve is a spectator. So, the FTC right now, they're walking on thin ice. And they don't have anything to stand on, to tell you the truth. They didn't do their research, they didn't do their homework. And they filed a lawsuit thinking that they had something and they weren't prepared for this. Especially when your economist go in a courtroom and you're an economist and you're supposed to know video games. So I mean, yeah, it's not looking good for them. And so yeah, especially this court now. It's in the 9th District Court of Appeals, man. Those judges in those appeal courts is yeah, they have the final say on a lot of things, man. So yeah, I mean they can try. I mean the FTC can try to file their what's that? What are they filing here? Let's see. What are they filing here? Like an injunction. If they can try, but when the judge give 8 specific reasons why, because once a judge makes a decision, other judges are listening. So now you're trying to go back through the courts now. It's not looking good, man. So yeah, they messed up big on this one, man. So yeah, I mean it would be one thing if Sony let's say Sony would have bought, like, remember when Sony bought a 1% stake in the Unreal Engine 5, right? They bought a 1% stake. Just imagine if Sony would have bought a 5% stake in Call of Duty. Then Microsoft trying to purchase Activision Blizzard wouldn't have worked. They never did that. They just had a contract and that was it. But it's not like buying. It's not like buying like a percent, 1%, 2% of like a company's product. So they messed up big. But yeah, yeah, the judge, the Ninth District Court of Appeals. Yeah, that the judge, she knows her stuff, man. She gave 8 specific reasons why, and then she asked them, okay, what other games beside Call of Duty? And you can't even mention, you can't think of any, but yet you file a lawsuit. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy, but the saga continues with this, okay? But the judge in the Ninth District Court of Appeal, it's gonna be tough to get past. It's gonna be tough to get past her judgment after she gave 8 reasons why. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek fan for Dark Side. Peace.